And by the way, if there is ever a time for Republicans to rally around the president, this is surely it. House Majority Whip Steve Scalise joins us now. Congressman, welcome back. Always good to see you.
Always good to be with you, Stuart.
I think I'm right in saying that now is the time when all good people have to come to the aid of the party. Is that not true? And are you doing it?
Well, now's the time for all of us to work with this president to get our agenda passed, to create jobs and get the economy back on track, and we are doing that. And the good thing is President Trump is not letting all of these distractions move him off course. He's focused very much like a laser beam on creating jobs and working with us to get that done.
Congressman, when I saw the hearings yesterday, I thought that the Republicans were very friendly with Mr. Comey and somewhat lukewarm towards our president. That didn't look to me like there was a rally around the flag, boys, and let's get stuff done.
I can't speak for other members. What I know is what I saw out of this was, number one, Comey admitted that he actually was one of the people leaking information. I have been very concerned, Stuart, about leaking of classified information. A lot of these leaks coming out of these bureaucrats, these creatures of the swamp. And the fact that not only did he leak information, he might have actually broken federal law in doing so because he was trying to achieve a political outcome. It further shows you why President Trump did the right thing in letting Comey go. He was not fit to be in that position, and I think Comey hurt himself with his testimony yesterday.
Real fast, a subject that's of interest to all of us, especially our production team. The House has passed the bank reform bill yesterday. And our question is, does this make it easier for ordinary people to get a mortgage or to get a loan for a small business?
Absolutely. The Financial Choice Act we passed yesterday, this is our response to Dodd-Frank, which has decimated community banks, decimated first-time home buyers and small businesses. Chairman Jeb Hensarling brought a great bill to the floor, and you saw a very unifying conservative vote. I hope the Senate takes it up. Obviously, you've got people like Elizabeth Warren and other radicals over in the Senate that are going to try to undermine it. But, Stuart, you know, most people know back home, Dodd-Frank has destroyed community banks. We're losing a community bank every single day, and that is bad for consumers. It's bad for first-time home buyers. It's bad for small businesses. We need to reverse it. The Financial Choice Act is a big step to getting some of these crazy Washington regulations and red tape out of your way.
Now, on the left-hand side of the screen, Congressman, you can't see it probably, but we're waiting for the president. He's going to make an announcement and a speech on infrastructure. We're, of course, going to be waiting to see if he says anything about Comey from yesterday. Maybe he will, and we will certainly take you there when he does. But I want to get back to what he's going to talk about, and that is infrastructure. Do you remember, Congressman, the flow chart that the president showed us? This is some time ago. We're going to show it to you now. That's the flow chart of what it takes to get stuff done if you've got an infrastructure project. Even if you've got all the money behind you, that's the regulatory framework that you've got to hack your way through to get something done in America today. Now, I'm sure you remember it, Congressman Scalise. I want to know if the president can really make a difference when it comes to implementing shovel-ready projects.
I remember the chart, Stuart, and President Trump is spot on in pointing out that regulations are one of the big things holding back a lot of these infrastructure projects. Not only do they delay projects by years in some cases, but they jack up the cost tremendously and with no good results. So the fact that President Trump is not only talking about improving infrastructure with public-private partnerships, but going after the heart of these regulations that make it harder for us to build things in America, to upgrade our bridges and roads and waterways. So it's all going to be a part of his package, and the fact that he's focusing on regulations is important.
It's very important for ordinary people. I mean, very important indeed, and yet there's virtually no mention of it. It just doesn't get mentioned in the establishment media. They're all about impeachment, for heaven's sake. And here we've got the president and you actually doing something with Dodd-Frank and doing something with Obamacare. I'm sorry, with infrastructure. This is never going to go away, Congressman. You're always going to fight this uphill battle against the media.
Well, Stuart, we've seen this for years. I mean, if you're a Republican in Washington, you're going to be under attack every day, and liberals just get this free pass. And look, that's the mainstream media. It's one of the reasons why their viewership is down, why people are going to other forms of getting information. But what's so encouraging to me, Every meeting I've been in with President Trump, he doesn't let all of that distract him. He's got incredibly thick skin in focusing on what he was elected to do, and that's create jobs, get all of this Washington red tape and these radical regulations out of the way to stand up for the forgotten man, the people that elected him in the Rust Belt and other parts of the country who felt like Washington works against them. Let's create jobs, and this president is focused on doing it. It's so refreshing working with President Trump to get this done.
All right, Congressman Steve Scalise, thanks as always for joining us.